Okay. Welcome to Calling All Geeks, and thanks for answering the call. I'm Flynn, and with me always, my good buddy, Chris.
Hey!
All right, real quick before we get started, be sure to click down below and hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification so you never miss an episode.
Yes.
All right, let's jump right into this. Today we are going to talk about the DC Black Label.
Okay.
Now, there's been some controversy, there's been some shock, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to get into it a little bit later. But real quick, for those that maybe they don't know what the Black Label is, maybe they do and they just need a little bit more clarification. Chris, can you help us out and tell us what is DC Black Label?
So I'm no super expert, but I'm under the impression that it's pretty much their Marvel Max, where it's like, okay, this is DC characters like Batman, Superman, but it's a way more adult theme, whatever that kind of means. So like we talked about Killing Joke earlier, how that's going to be a Black Label. It's a very mature book, for sure. It is not something that you want to give to teens at all.
This is not your daddy's comics.
Yeah, at least not the ones that he'd let you read. So it's comic books for adults. That's really all it is.
Right. And the continuity is different from the main titles. This is a blank canvas for the writers and the artists.
Yes.
So they're free to tell all new stories and to get creative, redo origins, whatever they want to do. Sure, it's kind of like the Elseworld or the Earth 1 series.
Yeah, essentially that's what their focus is. It's just, okay, we can tell new stories, but they're not restricted to the continuity of the DC universe.
But the difference is, it is, like you said, mature content.
Yep.
DC's Black Label has taken us all the way back to the way graphic novels were first introduced to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cover gratuitous violence, sex. There might be rape scenes. There might be dogs getting killed. There might be people smoking. It was anything that could not get the stamp of approval from the comic code.
Yeah.
So this is what we're getting back to with the Black Label. And the maturity, well, that brings us to the controversy and the shock. And that comes with Batman Damned #1, which is the current series that's running now.
Mm-hmm.
So...
which I don't even see how it's truly a controversy, but...
well, enlighten us. What is the controversy? What is the shock?
Again, this is... I want to preface this where it could come off with some ignorance, but I'm under the impression that the main reason why people had a problem with it is, and to sum it down, is Batman's penis is in the book. Now, did people have a problem with it just being a penis, or, you know... the thing is, it's ridiculous because what it sounds like is he's got a big old dingling.
I'm sorry. That was a setup question.
His penis.
I didn't want to say it.
No, I'll say it.
Because I just never thought that in a million years that I'd be having a conversation with anybody about Batman's junk. But here we are.
We've made it. We are in 2019, a few months late, but we have made it. We have ascended to the higher plane of existence. But to finish my point, it's just, that's the controversy. It's his penis. And it's like, it's Batman. It really what it sounded like was there's these parents who, their kids like, wow, Batman, let's read that. And the parents are like, oh, Batman's for kids. And they had that stupid grin and a thumbs up and a stupid smile saying, Batman's for kids. I watched it on Justice League. And they got it for their kids, and there's a penis. And it's just like, they announced it for months as a store owner. It was obvious. Black Label is for adults. Whatever that means. It's for adults. It's rated R. It's rated M. I don't care what it is. Rated R movies have sex scenes. They have titties. That people get their heads cut off. It doesn't matter. It's in that realm now. And they announced it forever. We told our customers. None of our customers had any problems with it. But apparently there was a ton of people who were like, there's a penis? Batman's supposed to be kid-friendly. Or some crap like that. And it's just I don't understand. It's a controversy that you're ignorant. Yeah, to me, it's just ridiculous. And the fact that DC caved is just... I would have put 3 dicks in the second issue. Just that's what I would have done.
But that brings up a good point. I mean, this was like the shortest run of a comic, right?
Well, it was supposed to be a
I mean,
three-part miniseries anyway.
no, I mean for that one issue. I mean, how long before it hit the newsstands where you couldn't even reorder it?
Oh, I didn't even make it back to the store the next day before I couldn't. Like, because we get our shipments Tuesday night, so we can get them ready for Wednesday. And then I come in, like, Wednesday afternoon. Like, as soon as I came in, we'd already sold out of them, which we had a ton. I don't order, like, a ton of each book that comes out, but Batman Damned, we ordered a shit ton. And we'd already sold out of all of it. All of our subscribers have picked it up. It was already going on sale for $100, and you could not get it on by our distributors. That was it. Like, it didn't even take 12 hours.
I mean, I just don't understand what were they thinking putting out in a comic book form? Why didn't they just hit this as a graphic novel?
I don't think it matters.
Well, apparently it did. I mean, they caved to
They caved.
the reaction.
They caved because, and me and you kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. But when it comes to like running a business, it's like you have to have a line. When it comes to your customers, you don't want to upset your customers because your customers are what's paying the bills. And
Right.
here's the thing: as a business owner, and like not to go on off a side tangent, but I think it is relevant. You know, sometimes I look at our Google reviews just to see what's going on, and you'll have all these very good reviews, 4-star, 5-star, tons of them. But that 1-star review where someone writes a huge essay about how you pissed them off, that is all you focus on. Everything else becomes background. And so if they're even similar to how I am in their upper management, and there's thousands of people telling you that same thing about Batman Damned, like, what would you do? Like, I don't blame them in a way. It's easy for me to say, dude, I just put more penises in it. That's ridiculous that they caved. Because I think it's ridiculous. But at the same time, like, it only takes one comment to really ruin my week. Like that's how much I care. That's how much I care as a store owner. And so, like, I can understand why they caved, but I disagree with it.
Well, I get it too, and I understand completely. Like I said, me personally, I would have never put it in a comic form. I would have put it in a graphic novel, sealed it up, and put mature, explicit, whatever.
But they did. But they did. I feel like they did. Like, I guess the main term for what you're saying is, what is a graphic novel? It's kind of changed since I was a kid. A graphic novel was a novel, and when I say a novel, like an actual long story. Like, take The Watchmen. I mean, when The Watchmen first came out, it was like however many issues, and then it got put into one book. But that one book would be considered a graphic novel. But I think Killing Joke was like, it came out as a one thing. It was a graphic novel. But the thing is, it's evolved into such a, at least DC and Marvel for the most part, they don't just print, here's just a book. It's like, 200 pages.
They collect a story arc over so many issues.
And then they make it a graphic novel. Yeah, and that's the format. But the thing is, like, when Batman Damns all 3 issues, that's going to be it's going to be a big book. But the thing is, to me, it doesn't matter if they announce it a graphic novel. They announced it as a graphic book, period, for months. So I don't think it matters how big the book was.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how many people are following all that.
No, none, because there's people who are pissed. The fact that any one person was pissed. And what did you think as a parent? And I'm going to assume that was the main stereotype, is a parent bought it for their kid and they were pissed because there was a penis in it. And it wasn't even sexual. He was just undressing and his dick was there. Like, who cares? He wasn't even have a huge penis, so you didn't have to feel like you were inferior. They gave him a normal penis.
Now I'm depressed.
Yeah.
I would have thought Batman would have had just this.
Hey, like, dude, if they gave him a super dong, I'm like, he's Batman. What can't he do?
Exactly.
Like, who cares, man? I'm surprised he didn't whip it out and just club the shit out of Ping with it once in a while. But I digress.
Maybe he's a grower and not a shower.
But the thing is, it wasn't there to be over-sexualized. They put it there, and I guess some people are like, why'd you have to put a penis there? But it's like, who cares? Who cares? I guess maybe the other argument, again, I've looked into none of these arguments, is that it's over-sexualizing men. And that's like, I don't know if that's really even an argument, but again, I don't care.
Well, look, as much as I like to keep talking about Batman's junk, we gotta move on.
It just frustrates me. Excuse me.
So, looking ahead with the DC Black label, we've got a few other titles coming out. I mean, let's see, we got 2 Wonder Woman titles.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I know my thing's going to click a lot. I want to try and pull it back up real quick.
So you got Wonder Woman, Diana's Daughter, by Greg Rucka. And I'm not even sure where this is going.
It looks
but we'll have to wait and see. But the one I was really interested in is Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons. This one, it looks like it's going to go back and retell the entire origin and history leading up with the Amazons. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but that was a favorite part of my movie, of the Wonder Woman movie. I love that. Mm-hmm. The whole Greek mythology thing. And I've always enjoyed that part of the story in the comics. So I'm really super excited about that one. But here, this is the gem. You know, it's another Batman story coming out called Last Night on Earth.
Yeah, I see it right here by Scott Snyder. Oh, that's going to be good.
And Greg Capullo. They're back again. You know, they did great in the Batman series. The Dark Knight Metal was awesome. And here they are. Did you read this thing? It says Batman wakes up in a desert. He doesn't know what year it is or how the Joker's head is alive in a jar.
Yeah, I see it right here in front of me.
I'm hooked. That's all I need. You don't need to write anything else. That's got me hooked. Because I know this guy is going to do something crazy with that.
Yeah, Scott Snyder's killing it, man. He is killing it. He might be Jeff Johns levels. He's definitely getting there, I feel. He's really good.
Yeah.
I look forward to reading that. But the point is, it's like, is this even a like, people my age, I'm only 25, 26. But it's just like, it's cool to have Batman in situations that you're kind of used to. Like when I read a lot of like the Justice League book right now, it's not like, I'm not going to compare it to like the Justice League animated series, but there are similarities. It kind of feels like a more adult version of the animated show, but it's still, you know, not super serious in regards to how adult it is. But the thing is, it just adds a twist. It takes your favorite characters and puts them in extreme situations. Like, you know what I'm saying? And who cares if it's a little adult? It's the thing is, the cool thing is, like, they're taking it outside the continuity. They're essentially, like you said earlier, they are essentially Elseworld stuff. Let them go loose with it. Now, if a story's shit, then it's shit, and you tell them it's shit. But don't degrade, don't bash the comic just because his dick was in it. I didn't have to.
No. We're back on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, but my point is, there's clearly some good talent behind this, and all the work I've seen, like they're trying. I think they're pulling the stops for like at least their art department and their writing. I mean, I think Jeff Johns was announced to do something later, and I don't even. Was he even doing any titles right now? I don't think he's doing anything.
I don't know, but man, yeah, you talk about the art in Batman Damned. That is
really good.
That's the type of stuff that you used to just see in a graphic novel.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good stuff. I like that type of art. I'm not big on the abstract stuff. I like the realism. I like the a little crazy. But that stuff's really good.
Yeah, he's not Alex Ross, but man, yeah, I agree. It's like, it's up there with Alex Ross. It's a different type of photorealism, I guess is what I'd say. But man, yeah, I don't even know who is it on there. Maybe I can find it on here. I don't know who's doing the art. But yeah, I know Batman Damned stuff is really, really, really good. It's all good. The thing is, like I say, it's all good. There's only 2 issues, but it's just like, it's just ridiculous.
And so also we need to mention too, you know, there's a lot of old titles that's going to be re-released under the DC Black label. Mm-hmm. So like All-Star Superman, The Dark Knight Returns. All that series, Master Race, Strikes Again, Ronin, Killing Joke, Watchmen.
Yeah. V for Vendetta is probably going to be on that list too. Sin City.
And there's a whole list. It's about 19, 20 books. It's all scheduled all the way through to December. I'll be sure to put this list in the description down below so you guys can check it out.
Yeah. I think I do want to say one more thing. I do think what the main goal for DC Black Label was to take the success of Vertigo, which there was a lot of success because they had a lot more adult themes, and bring it to the DC universe. That's really what their whole goal was. I
agree. I think the public weren't just privy to the information that was going to be mature.
I think the casual audience wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Comics don't market well a lot of times. Even like me who tries to stay up on top of them, I miss things.
Yeah.
It just isn't marketed well. And if you aren't really hitting their websites and really pounding your comic book store's owners and what's going on, it can easily get missed.
Yeah,
These
it's
things
like
just happen.
the information is oversaturated as long as you are exposed to the specific area that it's oversaturated within the books.
Right.
Like if you were reading even a handful of comic books when Black Label was first announced, it was all over the place. It was all over the place in all those books. Like to the point where I didn't do much research on the concept of Black Label, and I knew exactly what it was.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, look, real quick, one last thing. Who would you want to see? What story would you want to see in the DC Black Label? And do not say Hal Jordan. You have to pick something else.
Wait. You mean like an old book or a new book?
Well, like right now, if someone was going to come in and write a story for the DC Black Label, fresh and new.
Oh, man, why can't I say Green Lantern?
Because I know you're going to go straight to Green Lantern.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm going to make you think and give us something. You know, what's different? What's something we don't see? Flash, that's a good one. We don't really see a lot with Flash. That is pretty good.
I'd also say you can probably do Green Arrow. I mean, okay. Actually, I take that back. Because they just make it too Batman-y. Let me think. Flash, I think, is an easy one, but just because of the way his superpowers works.
Flash would be good to see a little different take. I, of course, would choose a Harley Quinn.
Of course. Okay, so you could choose Harley Quinn, but I can't choose Green Lantern.
Okay, so I have to choose something other than Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can keep that motherfucker in, too. Like, you earned that.
What would I do if it wasn't Harley Quinn in the DC universe? That would be exciting. And it wasn't Batman or Wonder Woman.
Maybe like a Justice League Dark. That would be another good
Superman.
one. I'd be down for Superman. I mean, they're already going to do it.
Oh, Swamp Thing.
And it fits in, and that's what the kind of the reason why I said Justice League Dark is because Swamp Thing, Constantine, they were kind of Vertigo characters. Actually, I think that's where they got originally released was in Vertigo, and then they just got brought in.
Right, Swamp Thing definitely.
Oh, Swamp Thing would be great. Holy crap!
That would be something really good.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, I agree. I would love to read a Swamp Thing, and I'm not even a big Swamp Thing fan, but he's a cool character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let us know down below what you think. What would you like to see Black Label? And it looks like it's time to go. So, any last words?
Nope. You should definitely read Batman Damned, number 1 and number 2. I have read them. They're both pretty good.
And be sure to ask the guy at the counter how you're going to get a bag and board for that, because I haven't figured that out either.
Magazine size. I carry magazine size just for those books primarily. So.
All right, then don't forget your bag and board, because you're going to need a special one.
Yeah, if you can get a first print, holy crap.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. Be sure to smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, bye.